Everybody. Hi, everybody. I'm hoping you can see me. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Peggy Sideratos. And hi again. I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties. Hi, everybody. My name is Peggy Sideratos. Please forgive me. I am still new to Facebook Live. I want to thank you for joining me today. And I want to thank everybody who wrote beautiful comments on my last Facebook page. I'm coming to you today to share a wonderful activity that you could do with children, and it's from my workbook. I don't know if you guys could see this. Yes. And the name of the activity is Gifts. This is my workbook, the Light Giver Stories Workbook, which has a whole bunch of fun activities to help build kids' self-esteem, to help build their character, and to help them learn coping skills for handling things like disappointment and fear, coping skills for things like envy. It's a great book. It's on Amazon. But today I'm going to be doing another activity from this, like I said, called Gifts. But before I do, I just want to kind of tell you why I came up with this idea. Um, I know that this was true for myself, and I know it's true of most people. Most people, we have a whole plethora of gifts and abilities and talents that many people don't have, or maybe some people have some of them. But we have a tendency to not recognize so much the good things, the talents, the gifts that we have. Rather, we have a tendency to focus on the things that we don't, or the things that we see in other people that we admire and respect and sometimes wish we have. In our society today, more than ever, there is this comparison of ourselves to other people. We're always looking at this person and thinking, wow, they have it better, or I wish I could be more like this person. Maybe it's, I wish I could be as talented, as successful, as beautiful, as smart. Our biggest problem that we have, and I mean this collectively as people, and I know it for myself, is this feeling that somehow the way we are right now is not enough. And that's a lie, because we're all perfectly made, which is actually something else that I address in the book. And in order to get kids to recognize this and to recognize that the gifts and the talents that we have are so special and so unique to us that they're like a fingerprint. Everybody's combination is different than everybody else's. And that we shouldn't spend our time looking at what we don't have or what we can't do, or maybe what we struggle with. Not that we shouldn't try to better ourselves, but we should recognize what we can do and learn that we're not meant to be able to do everything. So that's why I came up with this lesson. So if you have children, you can invite them to come and see this very simple activity. This is something great to do on a rainy day. If you're stuck indoors, it's a very simple activity. It doesn't cost a lot of money at all. You probably have everything you need at home to do it. But what it can do for children is fantastic. So I'm just going to start. The name of this lesson is called Gifts. And I'm going to start right now. So in order to do this lesson, what you're going to need is a small gift bag. I'm sure you have some laying around from holidays or birthdays or anything like that. And you're going to need some paper and maybe some markers and maybe a pair of scissors, maybe some glue, depending on how you want to decorate your bag. Well, today, ladies and gentlemen, little ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I want to talk to you about gifts. Gifts and talents that we have, each one of us. All of us have different combinations. No person in the world has the same combinations as you. You are so unique and special. And you were given these gifts and talents so that you can share them with other people and bring them joy, and also to make you happy. Now, there are some gifts and talents that we have that maybe somebody else doesn't have. For example, somebody might be a gifted athlete. Maybe they're good at tennis or basketball or football or gymnastics, tumbling. Um, some people are better at the arts. Maybe you're a gifted musician or a great artist or sculptor. Maybe you write beautiful poetry or take beautiful pictures. Maybe you can put on a great show or performance for your family. Those are all unique gifts and talents that you have. Some people are really great communicators. They have great public speaking skills, or they know how to tell really good jokes or tell really good stories. I have a friend, Irene, who can tell a story and make you laugh for hours whenever you're in front of her. And that's a very special gift and talent. Maybe you're a great cook, or maybe you love to bake and you can bake beautiful concoctions. Maybe you're an excellent video game player. Not me, not me. Nobody has all the same gifts and talents. We all have different ones, and that's by design. I have to be honest with you. I am terrible at playing sports. I have tried all my life. When I was young and I was in gym class, I was always the last one picked. I was just terrible. I couldn't run fast. I couldn't play basketball, volleyball. I was terrible at it. But I could sing pretty well. And so I joined my school's chorus and I sang in my chorus for grammar school, for high school, and even in college. So at first, I used to feel really bad. I used to even sometimes cry about the fact that I wasn't good at sports. I felt so left out. I felt so bad, especially since I was the last one picked. But as I grew up, I realized that, well, I'm not designed to be able to do everything perfectly. I'm not designed to be great at everything. And if all of us were great at everything, think of how boring that would be. Could you just imagine if everybody could sing like the greatest singer in the world? They would sing this song and everybody like, so what? I can do that too. Or if everybody could play basketball as great as the best basketball player in the world, it wouldn't be any fun. It wouldn't make it special and unique. And that's one of the reasons that we have different talents than everybody else, different gifts than everybody else. If we all had the same, it would just be boring and ordinary, and it wouldn't give people the same amount of joy. When I see somebody do a beautiful dance performance, I just smile with joy. It makes me so happy. I can't do it, but I can enjoy watching it. And so sometimes these gifts and talents are there to bring joy to people. Sometimes they're just to make us feel good. And like I said, we're not going to all have every gift and talent. But there are some talents that we recognize really early on. And then there are some gifts and talents that we realize later on. Like I knew pretty young that I liked to sing and that I had a good voice. But I didn't learn that I like to bake and that I'm a good baker until years later. And now I love to bake for all my friends and family. I didn't realize that I was a good communicator with children and that I would be a good teacher until much later on. So there's some gifts and talents that we recognize in ourselves early on, and some that we recognize later on. And there's some that need work. You may be a gifted athlete, but you still need to practice. You may have a good ear, and that might help you to, let's say, play a piano, but you still need to practice to get better. So even if we have a natural gift and talent, there are some gifts and talents that we have to work at to become better at. Now, sometimes when I'm feeling kind of sad and blue, maybe things aren't going the way I want. Or maybe I wish I could do something as good as somebody else or better than I do it. What I decided to do for myself is rather than focus on the things that I struggle with or the things that I might not be good at, I was going to be thankful for the things that I can do, the things that bring me joy, and the things that could bring other people joy. So I decided to get myself a list of all these gifts and talents that I thought that I had and decided to put them in one place so that when I was feeling sad and blue, I could look at them and remember all the things that I am and not the things that I just wish I could be. Because what I am is already enough and is special. So what I did is I decided to get a little gift bag. Now everybody, well, most people have these little gift bags at home. You can use any kind of gift bag. Sorry, I'll put right here. What you can see is I used just a plain paper gift bag, and I designed something on my computer and I decorated it. Or you could do something like this. I also use markers and stickers and things for the other side. But I want you to get a little gift bag out, and I want you to take a piece of paper or strips of paper, or maybe you can even use small index cards. And on each of them, I want you to write the gifts and the talents that you have. And then I want you to put them in this gift bag. And on those days that you're not feeling so great, when maybe you're frustrated because there's something that you're struggling with, or maybe you're frustrated because you wish that you were taller and could put that basketball hoop in easier, or maybe you wish that you could run faster. You look into this little bag or your bag. Yours could be as big as you want or as small as you want. And you can look at the gifts that are inside, because these gifts are much more valuable than any presents you can get in this world. Now I'm going to share some of my gifts, and I'm going to show you what I wrote, then I'm going to put them in my gift bag. Now, you may have some gifts that are the same as me. You may have gifts that are totally different than I am. And maybe you can't think of all your gifts right now, but that's okay, because you're going to keep this. Put it someplace where you have easy access, maybe in your room, maybe in your living room, maybe in your bedroom. Thing about this is it's portable, so you could pretty much take it anywhere you need to. And when you're feeling that way, you just ruffle through your gifts. Now I'm going to show you some of the gifts that I have written down about myself. Maybe some of these will work for you, and maybe there's some things that you have gifts and talents in that you haven't even realized. So I told you before that I like to bake, and I bake pretty well. So I wrote one that said, I bake well. But I also included some other things, like I take great photographs. People who know me know I am constantly taking pictures. At every family occasion, every trip I take, I love to snap pictures. So I'm going to take this little piece, fold it up, and put it in my gift bag. And the same thing with I bake well. Fold it up, put it in my gift bag. But there's other things. I'm friendly. Usually most people who encounter me always see me with a smile on my face. I'm putting that in there. I'm a good writer. I even published 2 books. That makes me happy. I'm going to put that in there. But there's other things that I have that sometimes maybe I take for granted or I don't even think about. For example, I wrote this down. I'm a trusted friend. My friends know that if they tell me a secret, I'm not going to tell. I'm going to be honest and keep their secrets so they know that they can trust me. So I put that in there. I'm a good listener. These are things that we may not think of. So there's a lot of other talents and gifts that we have that we can focus on. I care for my family. I try to do my very best to do nice things for my family and take care of them the best way that I know how. But there's other things, like I'm good at organizing things. Maybe you're good at putting together outfits. Maybe you're good at puzzles. Maybe you're good at telling jokes or, I don't know, playing an instrument. You have to think of yours. So I have a whole bunch of mine over here that I thought of that I'm going to put in this gift bag. And so when I'm feeling a little blue, I'm going to go into this gift bag and I'm going to look at this. And this is going to make me smile. And this is going to help me to remember everything that I am. And that's what we need to focus on. Everything that we are. All the beautiful things, all the beautiful qualities, all the beautiful talents that we have that make us unique and special. So you can use, this is a paper gift bag. I just glued some things to this side. I put some stickers. You can use paint. You can use glue. Get some paper, stick it on, make designs. Maybe you have some that are glossy. Like this was a just plain paper one, but maybe you have a bag that's glossy and maybe you can't write on it. Maybe you want to just put stickers on it. Or maybe you want to attach a piece of paper and do that. That's fine too. I put my name on it so that nobody else would mistake it for theirs. But sometimes if you can't write on it, you can put a little gift tag, or some of the bags come with a little gift tag and you put your name on the gift tag. But have this handy so that when you're feeling a little down, you can look through it. And I'm going to tell you a secret, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody feels down sometimes. Everybody thinks that sometimes I'm not as good as somebody else or I don't measure up. But it's not just you. It's all of us. And like I said, we don't all have the same gifts and talents, and we're not supposed to. And it's okay. And what if I'm not really gifted and talented at something? Does that mean that I have to stop doing it if I enjoy it? Absolutely not. Because number one, I can get better at it. And number two, if, for example, playing the piano brings me joy, even if I'm lousy at it, I'm going to keep playing. If singing makes me happy, even if I'm not the greatest singer in the world and I'm not going to be on The Voice or The Masked Singer, doesn't matter. I can still do it because it brings me joy, and maybe it's going to bring somebody else joy. And that's one of the main reasons that we have these gifts, is to share our gifts to bring people joy. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you like this little lesson, and I hope that you remember everything that I talked about today. If anybody has any questions, please just leave me something on the comments. This lesson and some of the other ones are found in my Light Giver Stories Workbook, which is available on my website, www.thelightgiverstories.com. And it's also available on Amazon. Just look up the Light Giver Stories and you'll see both my books, this book and the storybook. And if you're interested in seeing any other lessons, you can also see in the video section of my website, there's a link to them. Or you can go to YouTube and look up the Light Giver Stories, and there's some lessons, including some story read-alouds from this book in there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining in with me today. I thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. And remember, focus on everything that you are, because everything that you are is perfect. And there's no other you in the world. Bye. Have a blessed day. Okay. Bye-bye.